I think that's what's most isolating about depression, is that nobody else understands it but you. Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and talk about depression. I know people talk about depression like it's some naughty word that you can't mention, which I think is just so crazy because so many people struggle with it. And the problem is that you struggle with it in silence because you're afraid to talk about it, or because you're afraid, okay, let me just, I'm jumping into the video when really I should preface this by saying that I've had a lot of my friends reach out to me this past couple of weeks, honestly, and tell me that they're feeling sad and a little bit depressed. Like, the way that they say it is like they put quotes around it. Every single person that has come to me has said they feel bad calling it depression because they know there's so many other people who are so much worse off when it comes to depression. And there are so many other people who have it so much worse, so they don't know if they can even say that, describe it as depression. And I completely understand that, because when I was going through a depression a little bit, see, I'm trying to do it as well. When I was going through a little bit of a depression in July, I felt the same way. I was almost just like, am I allowed to feel this way? Because I know that I'm not struggling with it as much as other people. And what I learned from when I was going through it was just that, yes, we all deal with depression in certain aspects of our lives. And just because your depression is not as bad as someone else's doesn't mean it's not depression. You're feeling sad and don't know where it stems from. So, and you're trying to figure it out. With depression, you try so hard to figure out, why am I feeling this way? Could it be this? Could it be this? But the moral of it is that you can't explain depression. And so what I've been telling all of my friends, and what I guess I just wanted to film a video about for you guys, I don't even know if this is going to be a long video or anything like that, but I just want you guys to know that you're not alone in the things that you're feeling, and your feelings are valid. And you trying to minimize your depression just because someone else's is so much larger than yours does not do anybody justice. And I can't even explain to you, literally in the past couple of weeks, I've had 4 or 5 people reach out to me in my direct life, not outside of YouTube even, and say hey, I don't know what's going on, but I'm feeling really sad. And it makes me so sad to know that they're not allowing themselves to justify that sadness with the term depression. It is a justifiable reason for you to be sad. You don't need to there's no other thing to find after you've justified it as depression, because depression is unexplainable. It's something that we all go through. And there's different forms of depression as well, like seasonal depression. You could be going through depression from loss of a job. There are things that lead you into a depression, but depression takes over. It takes over your body and your emotions, and you can't control the feelings that you're feeling. And it's not something that you can just put a halt to and say oh, I'm going to deal with this later. You have to deal with it then. It paralyzes you in a sense. And so if you're feeling in any way, shape, or form that even a minor paralyzation of your life, you're allowed to be depressed. I don't know who needs permission out there, but you're allowed to feel that way, and you don't need to feel bad. Here's the problem with depression is that it's depression already makes you feel so bad, and then people around you basically making you feel lesser than because you have depression, and then on top of it, you're feeling bad because you don't believe it's depression. It's like you're compounding all of these things on top of something that's already so horrible and so hard to go through. So I completely understand where everybody's coming from with it and why they're feeling that way. There's a lot of things that are leading into depression right now. This whole COVID thing, a lot of it is people coming to the realization that we're it's not over. And when the new year hit, a lot of people went into that depression, because usually when the new year hits, you have like a nice restart. You feel like rejuvenated, I suppose you could say. It's like some unknown like force that makes you feel that way. And a lot of people, I think, thought they were going to feel that way, and they didn't. And it led them down a spiral of the whole last year of this whole life that we've been living, and it led them into this. And then on top of it, the seasonal depression of it, the fact that it's winter, the fact that people aren't going out and like being able to do anything. And also, that's another perspective of it that's like so crazy to me. Usually in winter, we already are depressed a little bit because of the weather, but at least we can go into like stores and stuff, where now like you really can't do anything. And I don't know, like I'm not going to sit here and be like, you guys, it's okay to say you have depression and not like be honest with you guys. I have not been in the best place since everything happened with my foot. I have been miserable, honestly. I would not say it's depression because I have not been feeling depressed. I know what depression feels like. I remember what that felt like. And you can be on like the brink of it too and know you're headed there. And I have been, and I've been able to pull myself out, but I don't know. I don't think I would describe that as depression because I know that depression is something you can't pull yourself from. So anyway, I don't know if a lot of you guys are feeling that way as well. I'm sure a lot of you are, based off of the fact that I've had so many people reaching out to me telling me that they are, and I don't know. It's hard because you don't know how to be there for someone when they're depressed. All you can do is be a listening ear and hope that they pull through. Like it's like the toughest thing ever. And having now gone through what I perceive as a depression, like I know that it's really, there's nothing anybody can say to make you feel better about it. But you do want to know that they care. So like I think I just wanted to come on here and express to you guys that if any of you are feeling that way, I just want you to know that I care. And I want you to know how much you guys helped me through my feelings of depression, and how much you guys caring helps me through those times when, like, I'm sure you guys have noticed in the past month or so that I have been down and different than I was prior because I have had this whole foot issue and not been able to leave the house. Like it's hard, and it's not easy to be stuck indoors all the time. And I have had moments. I have had moments where I've thought I was depressed. So like when people were coming to me and telling me that like they think they might be depressed, I'm like, yeah, you know what? We are. And we should not just think it. Like it is what we are. And yeah, I don't know. And I don't know if there's some sort, like if that makes you feel any better. Honestly, it really doesn't. I don't think it makes it feel any better when you tell yourself you are depressed. I think it gives you that validation of, okay, like I am, it's okay that I feel this way. And I don't know. I'm going on a rant now, but I think mostly it's just because like I have been having a hard time being indoors and stuff all the time. And like that's another talk for another day, but like the seasonal depression of like it not being nice out, like literally it's never nice out anymore. It's always raining. And that just gets to you, especially when you can't leave the house and you're like stuck indoors all the time. And so I know a lot of us are there right now, and I just wanted you guys to know, even if you guys don't want to talk about it, like that I'm here and that I care, and I want you to know your feelings are valid and you're not alone in having them. We're all having them right now. And that doesn't make your feelings like not matter either. The fact that everybody's feeling them, like it doesn't make the fact that you're feeling them any less of a big issue and any less of a bad thing. I don't know. I don't even know what the point of this video was. It's hard because we feel like when we speak on the way that we're feeling, or like things that make us vulnerable or things that lead us into the depression, like we worry about burdening the people around us. We worry about them, like making them upset or making them feel like they have to do something to fix it. We worry about our feelings not being important enough to express to the people around us. But the first step in getting through a depression is talking to people. And when I was in that deep depression in July, I I was reaching out to everybody, honestly, and I was trying really hard to like get down to the bottom of it, because that's really the first step, and all it took was like me talking it through over and over and over again with the people that I love to get me through it, honestly. So, and to the people that have never experienced depression before, like if you're watching this video and you're like, I can't relate, I don't understand what she's talking about. I think one of the biggest issues with depression is you can't see it, and like it's really a feeling, and the only person that can feel it is the person that's going through it. And even I can say I understand your depression, but I don't understand your depression. Hell, I don't even understand mine at times. And it just ebbs and flows, and sometimes it comes, and sometimes it is warranted. Sometimes there are things that lead me into a spiral of depression, and sometimes it just shows up out of nowhere when I'm thriving. So I don't even understand mine. So for me to sit here and try and say I understand why you're depressed, or I even feel what you're feeling, I don't. And I think that's what's most isolating about depression, is that nobody else understands it but you. Okay, but then I'm thinking, like, I know we can't do that while we're in the depression, but how cool is that actually? Like, I know like that's a weird way to look at it, but like that's something that nobody will ever understand, and it's very unique to us. And I don't know, I guess I'm just trying to put a flip on it, because I know I've done that my whole life with other things, like obviously my body and stuff like that. I've put like a flip on it of, it's kind of cool actually that I look like what I look like, because nobody else looks like me. There are certain aspects of me that I don't like say my nose, or like just anything really. They're like my arms. I don't like my arms. So like those are things that nobody else has. So I've been able to flip them and actually not mind them at all. I actually love them about myself, and I look in the mirror and I love myself. But like it's hard to do that with depression. Like it's hard to romanticize depression, I suppose you could say. And then there's a whole layer of that where I've heard people do that too, which is kind of messed up as well. But then like, aren't we all a little messed up anyway? I don't know. It's like a tough thing, but I just think we all are going through our own things. And that's another thing too. I saw this post on Instagram that says like, when you are talking to somebody, you only know a certain part of their life, and they've lived a whole life. And that goes the same way with depression. Like, you only know what people are telling you about the way that they're feeling, but you don't know what they don't know even. Like, there are a lot of things in my life that I have closed off, or that I've begun to open back up, if I'm being honest, but that I blocked out. And so I didn't even know them to tell people that that's why I was reacting a certain way. And this has turned into a conversation no longer about depression. I'm sorry, you guys. I just do this. But I don't know. There's just been a lot of times in my life where I've reacted a certain way to someone, and they didn't understand my reaction. They were like, why are you acting this way? And I also did not understand my reaction, and I maybe thought it was about something else even. I maybe thought like, oh, I'm reacting this way because of this thing. But really, there's something else going on inside of me that I didn't know was inside of me. So like, it's this, I don't know, it's so weird when you think about that. Anyway, you guys, I hope this made sense to anyone. I hope it resonated, and that you guys, I don't know, get something out of it and know that you're loved. And I don't know, I know that I can't help everybody through their depression, but I hope that at least we can feel a little less alone, and that we all are going through it alone. And it's like we all are going through our own version that is so different than each other's. And it's weird when I, like, having all of those friends come to me about their feelings, and obviously I am just saying my friends because I would never put anybody on display for, like, how they're feeling, but it's just weird when I think about each one of them individually. I know their depression stems from something different. Like, it stems from something different from each of us, and I don't know. I'm not saying depression is cool, but like, we all go through it. So why aren't we honest about it? Like, I think we all should just be open about it and recognize it as what it is. And also, we shouldn't be shamed for feeling like we were depressed by people that are more depressed than us, or even by our own self thinking that there are people that are more depressed than us. I don't know. Hopefully this makes sense. I love you guys. I'm gonna end it here because I feel like I keep making less sense the more I go on. So if this is a topic you guys want me to cover more, let me know. I would talk about it more. You know, I'm just a chatty person about anything. So thank you guys for watching. And if you're not subscribed already, remember to hit that subscribe button. I will see you next time.